Hey, my Young and the Restless fans. Yes, we are back. We got another episode to talk about. And yeah, this thing with Kyle, yeah, he's about to get busted. He is just way too loose with everything. First, we see Christine and Heather battle over Phyllis's legal situation. We also see Daniel going on this whole guilt trip, according to the spoilers. And then Summer is shocked when she smells Audra's perfume on Kyle. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. This is your Young and the Restless recap for July 18th. And without any further ado, let's talk about this episode. Let's start out by talking about Kyle. I mean, he hurried up and got over to Audra's suite. He was speed racer. And I mean, seriously, hopefully you didn't get a ticket in the process, Kyle. I guess it's safe to assume that tearing up these sheets is part of the interview. I mean, he picked her up, put her down on that bed, and it was on. I'm hoping that the walls wasn't too thin. However, when they were done, yeah, according to her, he passed the interview. Now, she did warn him about needing to be discreet with his text messages, and Tucker saw the last one. Kyle replied, "You know what? I don't want Tucker in any of my business." And as Kyle was leaving, guess who showed up? None other than Nate arrived. Nate welcomed Kyle aboard, and Nate, I gotta tell you, Audra already rolled out that whole welcome mat in that bed he just tore up. Anyway, Nate tells Audra about the meeting that Victor called and about him telling Nate that he don't trust him. Like the Newmans are trustworthy too. Right, Victor. Nate, you know what? You fit right in with the rest of them. And then they left to go downstairs to get something to eat. And I know after all of that work she put in that bed with Kyle, she definitely has an appetite. So now over at the Abbott estate, Summer arrives wanting to know how Kyle reacted to Phyllis's arrest. My question is, why are you still free to walk the streets? I'm surprised because you were aiding and abetting. Now, Diane told her, look, we heard it from Tucker. Summer claims Phyllis wants to feud with Diane to end, and we all know that's a big old fat lie. Summer, I mean, you just didn't get the last memo. Remember, you don't know yet that she's working with Tucker. Diane also is not buying any of it, and that's good for her. Now, Summer is trying to figure out where Kyle could have gone, and Diane is loving the fact that Phyllis gets to spend some time behind bars. Summer said that she wants to tell Kyle the whole story, and Diane told Summer that she believes Kyle will come back once he remembers where his heart is. Summer asked, why do you even care? And Diane told her, well, when she looks at her, she sees the woman that her son loves. And then guess who strolls through the door smelling like another woman? Kyle. And he is not happy to see Summer at all. She told Kyle that her mom realized what she did was wrong and has turned herself in. I'm wondering how will Summer feel when she finds out that her mom is now in cahoots with Tucker and Ashley. Now, Kyle told her that he was going to get something to eat and then he going to bed. And then, of course, we know what perfumes smell like, and so did Summer, and she smelled perfume on Kyle. And she asked him, have you been with somebody? He looked at her and gave her this look like, I got one up on you, and simply told her good night, and then Summer ran out of there. Kyle then tells Diane that he was going to work for Newman Media, and the benefits is great, and of course, to him, the benefits are really great when he can get all the loving he wants from Audra at any time. Anyway, Diane is not thrilled about this, but said maybe it's time for him to make his own mark. He's walking around there talking about he got kicked out by his father. No, you walked away, Kyle, and this whole thing is just going to blow up in your face. So now we're swinging back over to the GCAC, where we see Nate telling Audra about Nick and Adam going to work with Sharon, which means Newman Media is all hers, and she is smiling and grinning from ear to ear. Uh-oh, guess who showed up? None other than Summer, and she got a whiff of Audra, and it's the same fragrant smell that was on Kyle. So now we swing over to Lily's penthouse, and I know the spoilers was saying Daniel was going on a guilt trip, but it seems like he was more suspicious about this scenario, where he was telling Lily about Phyllis being locked up and said something is off with the EMT guy, and his story is just way too convincing convenient. Now, I don't see any guilt that he was taking. I do see him putting puzzle pieces together. And I mean, if Daniel could see that, I'm hoping Christine could see how obvious this whole ploy is. And finally, speaking of Christine, Heather is telling her that the charges against Phyllis should be dropped. Girl, you must be smoking something. Anyway, Christine tells her that Phyllis is nobody's victim and was a partner in these crimes. And we all know that. We saw that back in March. Now, I didn't see Jeremy in their room when she lured Diane up there and started a fight. That was all Phyllis being part of that plan herself. Now, Heather claims that Carson will be able to clear Phyllis. Christine told her, well, wait a minute. That seems way too convenient and rehearsed. And she actually is thinking the same way Daniel is. Now, Christine is certain that the reason Phyllis turned herself in is because Carson would come to her defense. Heather thinks that Christine is incapable of giving Phyllis the benefit of the doubt. Geez, you think? Phyllis only tried to unalive her back in the day. I don't know if you remember that, Heather. But yeah, all of this, Phyllis signed up and decided to do for herself. And I'm hoping that you don't get embarrassed in court. But we all know Phyllis, of course, is probably going to get out of jail because we can't leave this girl in prison. She has an active role to play on this show. We just have to see how it all plays out. Okay, so there you have it, your Young and the Restless recap for Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. Stay tuned for the bold and the beautiful recap also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.